Terrace. We're in the new studio live stream with my boy KJ. First time meeting face to face. I've seen him. It's like seeing a celebrity. It's like seeing a celebrity for the first time today. So it's good. It's good. It's been a good day.
Yeah, it's been a good day, productive day. It's always funny when you see someone that you've been speaking to for so long in person. It's like, oh, your body shape and your height and your hair. The hair is not actually as bad as people think. It's not as receding as badly as it does on camera. So like, it's actually pretty cool.
The hair's not too bad, absolutely. But big Chelsea news. Okay, big Chelsea news to talk about. Declan Rice still moves closer, and it moves closer because reports emerging today that West Ham United, in reality, will look at bids of 60 million plus. It's a £100 million price tag. Of course, that's utopia. That's what they want to receive. But 60 million plus, they would legitimately consider. Above and beyond that, when Declan Rice returns from his summer holidays that he's on right now, of course, with Luke Shaw and with Mason Mount, he is going to start to push for this transfer. Whether that means officially putting in a transfer request or not, nobody quite knows. But he will be informing West Ham that he wants to leave. He'll be getting his agents and representatives to push for this move. So Declan Rice to Chelsea is moving quicker. There are other links today as well that we want to talk about. Haaland update coming for you. Lewandowski linked again today to Chelsea Football Club. Reportedly, agent being contacted and agent being spoken to and everything else. But, we're here from you from Unit 7, which is the brand new studio for the Football Terrace. A lot of work to do in here. It isn't ready yet, but it's on its way. We'll show you some of the artwork a little bit later on as well. We'll give you, Joe, if this gets past 500 likes, we will give you some sneak peeks of the studio, what's being built, what's to come, some of the artwork, but we're not going to reveal too much. So make sure you've smashed that like button, hit the share button as well. But what's your take on this Declan Rice situation, bruv?
He wants to leave. You know what I mean? He wants to leave, he wants to go. He's not. He's obviously trying to do this in the most respectful way possible to West Ham. Obviously, a lot of players nowadays, most players nowadays are trying to do the whole be respectful, make sure you and the club have a good relationship. Because at the end of the day, if it doesn't materialise, especially in this market, you don't want to come back to a club that angry with you because you said, piss off, I want to leave and stuff like that, and I'm not going to train. So yeah, like he's doing the most respectful way he can. Is he ready for a big move? You can argue yes, because he had a very good performance during the Euros final. He's had a very good season with West Ham. He's been a talent that people have been slowly getting used to, slowly starting to talk about more and more. And really and truly, he's never really going to be tested unless he moves up a level. Yes, I know West Ham are in the Europa League next season. I'm not too sure if they have to go through qualifiers or not. So there's one of those where, like, I remember West Ham before they got into the Europa League, didn't even qualify for the actual competition. So he still needs to get that real test. So if that comes in the form of leaving to go play Champions League football with Chelsea, we'll actually get to see how good he is. Because there's still massive question marks over him as a player. So
no, I agree. Look, I think it's a cast iron certainty that he wants to leave. I think we know West Ham, of course, want to keep him, but West Ham also are a selling club. They will sell him at the right price. There is no shadow of a doubt about that. They will sell him if the right offer comes in, but it needs to be right. I felt all along this, everyone kicking off about this £100 million price tag, and it's almost like nobody's listened, including myself at times, to what's actually being said. West Ham wanting £100 million doesn't mean he's going to cost £100 million. No. You know what I mean? It's in reality, how much is it actually going to cost? And for me, I've always felt you start putting £60 million cash on someone's table, and you start to see a really different response from those football clubs. I think it's going to come down to what's going on with Haaland and how hard Declan Rice pushes for this move. There's no doubt about it. There's a few comments coming in here from people asking how tall Kane is.
What's wrong with you people, man? I am the height that I am.
He's about the same height as me, to be fair. Like, it's about the same. He's not that short.
Oh, a confirmation to all you pricks, all you man. Yes, Vibes FC, I'm talking to you like, okay, just 5'1". Oh, he has to wear heels to be the same size as his gal. Confirmation. You know what I'm saying? I am normal height, bro.
Yeah, about normal. About normal.
About normal.
About normal. Like a
Fam,
little bit short.
fam,
His
I'm-
ball control. We've been playing a bit of football today, though. The ball control's a bit off.
Coming from you and your club foot. With your big ass feet, bro, trying to kick the ball. Like, listen, he kicks the football like he's trying to kick someone's head. It makes no sense.
I'm a kickboxer. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Remember, 500 likes, and we'll start showing you some of the. We'll show you some of the studio artwork. This is obviously one of the new walls, freshly painted. Of course, here at Unit 7 that we're going to be putting out. We have a super chat here that says, "We all know KJ was standing on a box for that photo." It's perspective. I was obviously in front, so I look shorter, but he's tall enough. He's tall compared to my Freya. He's definitely tall. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what? You know what? Yeah, people believe what they want to believe. Fine, cool. I know the truth. God knows the truth. That's all I need to know. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. But it's actually nice to. Do you know what's nice today? Is to actually be out of the studio at my house and be in here, because obviously we've got some big things lined up for the football terrace next season. Like, you've obviously been around it today and listening to the plans and getting everything sorted and ready, and it's going to be very interesting indeed. I'm going to do some of the comments here. I'm reading the comments off the monitor here, so I'm not looking here, so I'm looking at the comments here. Nice Terry in the new spot, nice to see, absolutely. We've also, there's something we're going to have in this room. I will show you later if we go past 500 likes. However, we're going to be building a member wall here in the studio, which is going to, all of the legends and super fans, the top super chatters, certain guests that we have on the show, we're going to be building a members wall where your names and all your photos, if you're willing for your photos to go up, are all going to be placed on there. We really want to pay homage in this room to you, the viewers. We've got this section, there's loads of soundproofing stuff on the floor at the minute. If I showed you, it's the madness, but we're going to have a big section to the right of me here, which is where our guests and our audience is going to be for these shows. So yeah, really excited about this moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. But we do want your questions and your thoughts and your feelings on the Declan Rice scenario as it stands right now. We want your thoughts and your feelings on that one. But as already, we'll reiterate again, £60 million plus could be bringing him into the football club. He is going to push for that move. Let me ask you this. How good a player do you think he could be for Chelsea? A lot of Chelsea fans seemingly don't want him. Like, how good a player do you think he could be for him?
You know what? I feel like he could have a similar impact as like a Ben Chilwell, who came into Chelsea, again, not really people rating him, saying the 50 million is too much. He's not going to be that great. He's coming, and I think Chilwell had a good season. You know, I wouldn't say it's like amazing. I wouldn't say it's Luke Shaw. You know what I'm saying? Because that's left back in the league and that. But no, he had a very good season, and I feel like loads of Chelsea fans were surprised by Chilwell and what good he could be. So I feel like Declan Rice would have the same effect, where he'll come in. Many people would say the price is too much. He's an overrated English player again. Actually surprised a few people of how good he could be. Do I think he would be one of the next superstars like a Kante in the midfield? No, but will he be someone that you see and that he performs and you actually be like, actually no, I understand why he's in the team, I understand why Chelsea bought him and he can get better. Yeah, I feel like he definitely can do well in the Chelsea team with an excellent coach like Tuchel in charge as well.
Yeah, and I think he's a lot better than Chelsea fans want to give him credit. And I understand a lot of points that Chelsea fans have made that, one, Kante's a better CDM than him, better defensive midfielder than him. I don't really care for the nuances that people say in his position. He is the best defensively minded midfielder in the world. So Declan Rice can't touch him right now. But in 5 years' time, Declan Rice will be better than Kante, because Kante might be retired. Like,
technically
better, right? Yeah. Like I said before, and I mean this with all due respect, I'm a better footballer right now than George Best. He ain't playing football anymore. Like, legit, bruv. Like, at the end of the day...
Anyway.
I actually... No, you understand my point? Like, there's going to come a point where Kante's past his best or he's retired. And I think Chelsea fans need to almost look beyond the end of their nose here and stop thinking about the Kante, the Declan Rice deal as, I don't want Declan Rice playing now in front of Kante, now in front of Jorginho. It's about him being utilised over the next 2 or 3. It's about stopping him from going to rivals, because I think Chelsea fans will, legitimately, I think that Chelsea fans will regret the decision to not sign him in 3 or 4 years' time. If he's at Man United and he's one of the best CDMs in Europe, and Chelsea are now struggling around trying to find someone to come in, they're signing Drinkwaters and Bakayoko's to replace Kante. They're going to look back on this decision, I think, and regret it. But viewers, I want to know what you think and feel in relation to this. Declan Rice, if you could pick him up for 60 to 70 million to future-proof your midfield, would you be willing to accept that? Let us know in the comments section. Let's make sure those like buttons are smashed. We hit the 500 mark while we're live on the air. We're going to show you some of the artwork, some of the memorabilia we've got here in the studio. It is a mess because it's being scoped out. We've got a big show coming soon as well, actually. It's going to be called, it'll be a feature on the show. It's going to be called Our Show, Your Studio. We are having some amazing spray paint done. I can tell you that. We're having some amazing artwork sprayed onto the walls. And we want to pick the 6 greatest football players in the world. But we're going to be doing a ranking show and a voting show where we're going to pick the top 6. And as picking the GOAT for the artwork, we're not going to reveal too much, is very important for us to pick the GOAT. And you're going to get the chance, as the viewers of the Football Terrace, to get that picked. We've got some super chats I want to go back and do here. I don't want to miss these. First one came from Tahir. I've got to find this here. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? That's not the one. Have I lost them already?
I think if you scroll down a bit, there's a few more.
Aaron here says, I knew that 100 million was way too much. Even 60 to 70 million is pushing it. West Ham can't say no to a 60+ million pound bid. And Aaron, I think you are absolutely spot on. I think you're absolutely spot on when you say that. I just think people got a bit carried away. They didn't read they just didn't read the news, in my opinion. They didn't read the news. Or read between the lines. They just said, well, West Ham on 100 million, he's not worth it, so I'm not happy. There's another super chat here that's from the Winter Surfer. He says, we all knew KJ was standing on that. That's why.
That's why I said scroll down.
There we go. Sorry, that's me being old. To hear put a super chat. Here it is. It says, so happy for you, Terry. Congrats. Thank you so much for bringing me closer to Chelsea, even though I live in America. Thank you for 1, tuning in, 2, super chatting, and helping the Terrace to get to it. Like, literally, it's quite a big studio, right?
No, it's a very good size. We're going to have multiple sections for different things.
And we were planning out today for our brand new Friday night show, stroke game show, stroke dare show, gaming show. There's so much that's going to be on it. And it's, we're very, very proud of what we're going to be producing and making and bringing to you. Aaron here with another super chat, same thing again. Same one, that's why it went to the top. AKA here says, Terry, analogies are mad. Varane delay worrying. Let's talk. So if you want to super chat or member chatting any other questions about any other transfers, please do. Keep smashing that like button for us right now. Well, the analogy is meant to be mad. It's meant to be an extremity. I am a better, do you know what I mean? I'm anyone who isn't on the face of this earth anymore, I'm better than them at what they were great at. That's a fact. When a football player retires, like when Kante's retired, Rice is better. I think it actually makes sense in my brain. Varane delay worrying. There isn't a delay. As we spoke about last week, the majority of this deal is done and agreed to. The legalities, the review of clauses, the commercial element's important here. So Varane's personal sponsors, how that impacts Man United sponsors as an example. All the image rights that he owns with Real Madrid. What happens to the millions of photographs in the world and pictures and advertising that are out there that include him in a Real Madrid kit that still hold monetary value. When Man United own the image rights for that player, what happens? There are lots of boring legal ramifications to transfers happening with football players. This is what's going on at this moment in time. Man United and Real Madrid are getting to the bottom of the nitty-gritty element of this deal. Varane wants to move. A lot of people are focusing on this update of he's not officially asked to move. That means he hasn't put a transfer request in. That's all it is. Not handing in an official transfer request doesn't mean you don't want to leave. But there's also a business reason for not doing that. If he puts in an official transfer request, he forfeits bonuses. He might be, we don't know this, he might be due in a month's time a £10 million bonus. This happened with Neymar.
Yeah.
Neymar had a loyalty bonus due that was due at like the end of July. If his transfer to Paris Saint-Germain went in before that point, him and his father missed out on like 20 million euros. So they waited till after that date and did it. There are loads of things that could be going. Like Varane might just say, don't bid yet until I get my loyalty bonus. There could be so many things happening here. So don't worry about it. Don't stress. There is zero indication that he's going to stay at this time at Real Madrid. 99.9% done.
Transfer requests are pretty rare anyway in football now.
They are now,
You don't really get them. I think it is due to those clauses that are in there now. I think before, you didn't have to worry about losing out on anything with a transfer request. It was more of an official way to say, listen, I am wanting to leave, you know what I mean? Nowadays, there's a lot more tied to it. So most footballers you see will never put in a transfer request. It's kind of like, there's no point of doing so. And again, the whole thing about not wanting bad relationships with clubs and the fans, transfer requests are very, what's the word for it now? When it comes to transfer requests and fans, they get a kind of way, you know what I mean?
Well, you've got to look at it this way as well. When a player does a Raheem Sterling or a Van Dijk to leave a football club, the world and its dog gets angry. When a player does it respectfully, everybody panics.
Yeah.
Everybody, why are you not forcing the move? I like the idea that this guy is respecting Real Madrid. There's probably also a financial element in it for him, so I'm relaxed. Dan here says 70 million for Rice, and he plays centre back too, so can fill in. Listen, 70 mil for Rice, 22, one of the best midfielders in the Prem, years ahead of him. Personally, I think it's a good deal if I'm being honest. I know a lot of people don't think he's worth that much money. He's got 10 years in them legs. 7, would you pay, he ain't leaving Chelsea unless he flops, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think. 10 years. Would you pay £7 million a season to have a Declan Rice in your squad? That's how you break it down. We're going to use the analogy that my ex-wife used to use when buying expensive bags. It was, I know it's £1,000, but I'm going to use it like, she used to like break it down to how many times she's going to use it.
Oh, yeah.
For it being that cheap. So she was like, I'm going to use it 3 times a month when I'm at these work events. So actually, over the course of a year,
you get the value out of it. Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm using that analogy. That's
Yeah.
what I'm going to do here. Nathaniel here, one of our members, thank you very much for being a member, says 70 million max for Declan. Listen, I think if you put in a £65 million bid, or maybe a 40 million plus Tammy, or 30 million plus Tammy, you could get that deal done, you know. And do you know what, from a Chelsea...
40 million plus Tammy.
40 plus Tammy. Do you know what's mad as well? That deal's better for West Ham and Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's better than Arsenal getting him.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, if you're West Ham, you bite Chelsea's hand up for that, and then that gives you the funds as well to go get Jesse Lingard. You know what I mean? Imagine trading Declan Rice for Lingard and Tammy Abraham. Really and truly, as a club, you take that.
110%. You really do. Ads in the super chat section says big up to the pair of you. Thank you very much, Ads. I appreciate that massively, my bro. Remy, one of our members here, says, are you man sweating? Gotta get the aircon in the new studio. The aircon's, in fairness, it's not that bad. Like, the aircon's on, but to make it work, you have to open a window to have the tube out, so it don't work.
Yeah, it's literally, it's just hot. Like,
yeah, it's warm, but it's not too bad. Like, we've got windows open each side, there's a bit of a breeze, it's all good. As we say, if we hit 500 likes, I'll show off some of the artwork and some of the elements of the studio. Like, it's a big mess in here, but it's going to be amazing.
You're almost there as well, people. You're getting there. You're getting there.
Almost. Deshane here says Smith Rowe is Arsenal's new number 10. Do you know what? Look, we all kind of believe. I kept on asking that question, and I stand by the question that I was asking for weeks about why were Villa so intrigued with this deal, why they keep trying. They've signed that new deal. Gooners are right. He's a talented boy, Emil Smith Rowe. He's a talented boy. He's a quality football player. There is no doubt about it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The number 10 shirt. What's really interesting about this, though, something that the AFC Bell told us is that James Maddison was offered the number 10 shirt. Clearly, that element of that report isn't true. But what this also tells me is something that Pete O'Rourke broke to the world yesterday. And I know that the James Maddison news on the Football Terrace has trended, it's gone everywhere, and thank you to all of our news followers on Twitter, all of our new subscribers based on that news. Listen to what he said very carefully. Arsenal are unlikely to sign Maddison and Aouar, but they can sign Maddison, Aouar and a Ruben Neves.
Yeah.
A lot of talk about Maddison being moved into what he considers to be his best position, which is more of a number 8 as opposed to a 10. Now, this is the educational football that we all need at times, is listening to the players themselves and 20, 30-year professionals in the industry like the Pete O'Rourke's. Arsenal may be looking to play Maddison a little bit deeper, which is why, when you give Smith Rowe the number 10 shirt, that's a starting number, right?
Yeah, 100% a starting number. I'm a stickler for numbers. I love numbers. I always had as a kid. Certain players for me just they suit a number. You know what I mean? When you see Messi 10, when you see Ronaldo 7, when you see Sancho 7, hopefully, you know what I mean? Like there's certain numbers and names that just suit well, and obviously he got the positions that mean their number as well. But I was very surprised that giving them him the number 10 shirt. To be honest, like I don't remember someone so young getting the 10 shirt for Arsenal. Maybe I think Wilshere maybe the last one because he was kind of young, but it's gonna be it's a very interesting move that Arsenal have made, and that to me says you are going to be the guy. Like they've got the Saka got number 7, you've now got Smith Rowe on number 10. If he's not starting most of the games next season on the left or in the middle, I think this number 10 thing is just a PR thing.
Yeah, for me, it's he needs to be a starter. We know how talented he is. I'm intrigued to see what other business now Arsenal go on to do. James Maddison is on. Gooners, Chelsea fans watching, football fans watching. Maddison is on. Again, I got someone dig at the terrace earlier on today. He was like, Pete, your news this morning wasn't new. It's exactly what the AFC Bell said. Now, the AFC Bell told us that Maddison's team expect an offer. That Maddison's team expect to double his salary. Maddison's team expect the number 10 shirt. What Pete O'Rourke spoke about this morning was Arsenal are being encouraged by signs from Leicester City that a deal could be done. You add those two things together and it's on. This deal very much feels in Arsenal's hands. Very much feels in Arsenal's hands. And we're going to give you a Haaland update in a bit. We want to talk Lewandowski as well. We're closing in on those 500 likes, ladies and gentlemen, so get them smashed now. Share this stream across your social media platforms as well. We can easily get this past 2,000 live viewers for the historic meeting of the two greatest YouTubers in this room, in KJ and me. We're here, we're at Unit 7, the brand new home of the Football Terrace, in partnership, of course, with Give Me Sport. Tahir here with a super chat says, will agent fees be capped next year? Could this impact Raiola pushing the Haaland transfer this year to Chelsea? Tahir Khan, thank you again for another very, very generous super chat. Yes, those caps. You know we're in London now. Hear them bad boy noises. That's my London. I miss it. Honestly, being in the car, I miss that noise, bro.
Easily could be Brum too. You know
it could be anywhere where there's a population of people. I live in the sticks and no one. Yes, it's being capped from next year. A maximum of around 10% is about the average fee size anyway, but it's being capped as of next year. That's the truth. Good. So absolutely, Raiola could be pushing it. But all that's going to start to happen is differences. So I'm really unsure about the agent fee in this deal here. So some of the agent fees get done differently. They're done as almost they'll work a way around it, in my opinion. It'll almost be the player will sign, I don't know what they'll call it. It won't be called an agent fee. It could just be called you'll have to pay an intermediary management fee to this person when he's sold on, or like a selling club will put in a buy-on clause. I think agencies or the companies might instill things like this, but to hear definitely coming in next year, and it could impact this deal going through. In terms of Haaland, a lot of people every day DM, what's happening? Nothing's changing. The deal is what the deal is right now. Chelsea have been reliably informed in their mind that £150 million will be enough. Maybe slightly less, but £150 million will be enough to sign him. That's what, everyone's been talking about this. Now, They're going to work their way up to that amount. They've already done some cash plus players. We don't know how much cash. No one's actually quoted how much cash. They're going to slowly build up. Until the day you hear the words, Chelsea have stopped their pursuit. Until you see that from multiple credible journalists, Chelsea is still chasing him. There will be more bids or informal inquiries or informal offers or moves or attempts to sign or whatever bloody word you want to use. I don't care anymore. The deal is still on. Speaking of strikers, again today, another link with Lewandowski to Chelsea. Can you see that happening? Can you see Lewandowski getting to Chelsea, bruv?
Yeah, they're only doing that because the journalists are bored and they've got nothing else to say. Lewa's going nowhere. Lewa is going to be chilling in Bayern Munich, winning the Bundesliga again and again and again until he retires. That's just the way it is. These links, I personally just feel like, the press trying to build up something just in case they don't get Haaland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And since the Haaland deal is not moving, it's like, we need something to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Lewandowski to Chelsea. There's nothing in it whatsoever, I don't believe.
Yeah, it's this loose connection between the agent being a very good friend of Roman's and them needing a striker. I look at Bayern Munich as key here as well. Bayern Munich don't let players go, generally speaking, that they really want or are still in their peak. It's why the Leon Goretzka situation is very intriguing to me. I had a conversation with a journalist this morning that said there is an outside chance Man United make a bid for him this summer. But that's if Goretzka again if Goretzka tells Bayern Munich he's not going to sign a new deal, Man United may make that move for him this summer. Now the Paul Pogba situation then also depends upon that massively. But yeah, look, Lewandowski for me, it's a big no-no. It's one I read and journalists, I'm not attacking their stories. I'm just saying I can't see it in a month of Sundays. I can't see it in a month of Sundays happening at all. JP6 here with a super chat says, seeing how Rice really wants to go to his childhood club, I'm sure Chelsea can get a really good deal for him. 60 million and done deal. Joins his BFF Mount. There's something as well that Dean speaks a lot on the terrace about, which I never really thought too much of before. Chemistry. And we all know about chemistry when it comes to playing FIFA. We all know about chemistry in life in general. I love streaming with you and Adam Neeks and a number of others because there's a buzz, there's a feeling, you get on, it's normal. But it must work the same in every other workplace as well, including on the football pitch. And I also think, don't underestimate, Mason Mount is going to be the captain of Chelsea. Mason Mount is going to be at Chelsea. Unless he regresses massively as a player, he could be there for the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. If he's playing with 2 or 3 players that not only is he great friends with, but he connects with, that connection can elevate a team. You know, Man United, I've seen all of our teams, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. I've seen all our teams sign star players who didn't have any chemistry in the team, didn't fit the ethos of the football club and fail. I get a sense with Declan Rice, there is going to be such a feel-good factor about him coming back. That in itself can enhance a team to another level again. And that's the point here. It's that another level again part.
Yeah, but it's not even like it's only Rice that you see it with. It's Declan Rice and Mason Mount are friends. Marcus Rashford is a big reason why Jadon Sancho wanted to come Manchester United. Paul Pogba was a big reason why Lukaku ended up joining Manchester United. These players, they play with each other. A lot of them play with each other for a long time. They all know each other from different, playing against each other or doing social media ads. You know what I mean? Jadon Sancho met Paul Pogba for the first time, I think, for shooting a commercial with Pepsi. These little things come into play, and then when you start to get to know a person, you start to see them play, the idea comes into your head what would it be like for me to play with this player? And then that gets you more excited to join another team. So chemistry is an important thing. If you guys play football on whatever level, there are some players that you play with that you just understand each other. You know what movements they're going to make on and off the ball. You can trust them to, say if you're a striker and there's a midfielder, you can trust that midfielder to play the ball into you. You can trust that striker to hold up the ball. And so if people saying, chemistry is not real, because people will say that, it doesn't matter about the chemistry, just put the best players out there. Like, no, chemistry is a real thing. Chemistry is one of the most important things in football. Otherwise, the Galacticos would have won everything.
Yeah, exactly. And it's about putting the right people together. And when I speak about, a few people in the comments saying, what do you mean by rejuvenate it again? They're already brilliant. There's good every midfield, every strike force, every defence. If we look at them as individual units within a team, they all pass their sell-by date. No matter how good they are, they go stale. They're past it at some point, at some stage. Declan Rice, he can impact you in the here and now, Chelsea, and sustain you. But maybe as Kovacic gets a bit older, maybe Kovacic in a year's time wants to go back and play, go back to Spain. Maybe he wants to play somewhere else in Europe. Maybe he wants to go to America. You've got J5. Maybe he wants to go back to Italy. Maybe at the end of next season, there's this element of, listen, Juve want me.
Yeah.
I fancy going back to my homeland to play football. Kante, he might do another year, maybe 2, and say, fancy retiring playing in France. Who knows what's going to go through these players' minds? If you miss out on Declan Rice now, I think you miss out slightly in the here and now, but in the medium to long term, it could damage you massively.
Liverpool was a prime example of that. Their front three, their chemistry was amazing.
Yeah.
Like when they first got brought together, absolutely best one of the best front threes in the world, if not the best, you can argue. Now they're getting old. You start to see little, I'm not saying like friction in terms of they hate each other, but Mane and Salah, are they at the same best? Are they the same wavelength anymore? Firmino, is he playing his best football? Like those three now are a bit stale, slowly but surely. What has helped them though was Jota coming in.
Yeah.
Rejuvenating the front three, making them think about actually, well, like, I'm actually gonna be fight from the place. Now, imagine if Liverpool actually go out and sign a backup striker and a backup winger.
Yeah.
Like just say like a backup front three, including Jota, to challenge the older guys. You should really and truly see it. You will see a new Liverpool, whether it's with the same old front three or with the new guys trying to prove their point.
No, exactly. And that's why I wouldn't shut it down right away. Thank you very, very much to Aaron, who's become a legend and super fan. All of our legends and super fans, if you want to send us in a picture, you can. If not, then we'll make something up with your name on it. You will all be going on the new members wall in the football terrace. Amongst some other things that we're going to build up in here. You are the centerpiece, the viewers that is, of the football terrace. We have passed the 500 like mark. I will show you some of the artwork in the studio, but I know we can get this stream past 1,000 likes if we do that. I also want to move the camera down a little bit because I'm looking at this on the main angle. Our heads are probably a little bit too low. We're gonna move it to there. That's probably.
And we're slightly slanted, and it's
I probably ain't done the back. That's a little bit better. There we go. That's a little bit better angle. Our heads were being cut. Let's do some more of these live comments. So I want to know what you got to say here. Plus now seeing reports that Maddison is only wanted if Emil Smith-Rowe left Arsenal. Well, do you know what? If it turns out being true that the Arsenal only wanted Maddison if Emil Smith-Rowe left, that would prove the links to Villa were real. Yeah. Because why would there be the need to look at a replacement if he was guaranteed the signing? So either way, it would be nice to find out. Man like Josh Waring in the house says I think he means love the studio. He didn't put a word on the end. Funny, there's a guy that works here that KJ was convinced was you today.
Yeah, literally, there's Josh, my guy. You're both good with technology. You both got a similar hairstyles, and you got both similar look, man. I was like, wait, Josh is in America, right? Like, I saw Josh is American, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Josh is in America. Why is he here? But yeah, it wasn't you. It's a different guy. A guy called Nick. He's a really sound guy. Very good at his job.
Man like RDF Tactics, by the way, big Gooner, does the tactic shows on the football terrace. Now we've got a big Varane one dropping soon. You will see him in the studios moving forward as well, along with many others. He says here, Declan Rice isn't at his best yet, but in the future he will be. Jorginho's contract ends in 2023. Chelsea will likely sell him next, then renew his contract. There's hardly a better CDM in football this young. And that's a really good take in my opinion. And do you know what else? Like I want viewers' opinions on this as well. While you're smashing your like buttons and subscribing to the Football Terrace, while you're turning on the bell notifications, we also have a link in our description below that I want you to go check out right now. It's to an app or a portal that you can have on your desktop called Telegram. Now, Telegram is just like WhatsApp, but you can have up to 200,000 people in a group. That is the new place to ensure you always get a notification from the Football Terrace. When we've gone live, there's gonna be no spamming because it's admin only, so only I can post in it, and we'll post when we put new links out. Please go and sign up to that now for free. You'll be able to keep up to date with all notifications. We're also gonna create a secondary group that's chat orientated as well that we will share with you soon. So if you do wanna be in it and chat and talk to each other, you can do. But please go and sign up to that right now. Very important. If you wanna be notified, YouTube doesn't always send it out, etc. So go and get that done. But something we spoke about a lot recently, Cage, is this notion of players running down their contracts. It almost becoming a new thing in the game where I know Man United are getting a lot of stick for allowing Pogba's contract to run down, but it looks like Mo Salah's going to do this. Gino Wijnaldum has just done it at Liverpool, and they're famed for running the club well. You've obviously got Mbappe that is definitely looking like he's doing that now at PSG. Do you think we're going to see more of this in football, where players are going to start to run down their contracts as opposed to renewing them with these bumper new deals like Harry Kane did a few years ago?
Yeah, no, 100%. What football clubs have been doing recently in terms of getting these guys to sign bumper deals was only for them. And yes, a football club needs to look after themselves and their future. I've got no problem with that. But at the same time, footballers need to look after themselves as well, because as quick as you are there to be loyal to your football club, they'll be easily as quick to dump you when they're ready. So I think a lot of players need to start thinking more about, okay, especially the ones like Jack Grealish, who plays for the Villas, like Declan Rice, who plays for the West Hams. All these players in these mid-table clubs who have got the ability to go up, don't sign those mad deals. Wait and see how the land lies. Because look at Zaha now. Look how long my man's been trying to get out of Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And man, they signed him up to a death row contract, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like these players they need to just take their time with their decisions. Don't rush into signing a new contract because I want to be loyal to the fans. I want to make the fans feel good. Again, because when we're done with them, we're ready to ship them out. Yeah. We're ready to throw them out. If they don't want to sign, if they don't want to play for us, put them in the reserves. Get them gone. Do whatever it takes to make them leave. So I'm just saying that footballers need to take that stance and be like, right, money's gone. Money's falling out of the game slowly right now during COVID.
Yeah.
Clubs will absolutely outprice you of any move that you want. And then the golden cage comes around you to the point where no one wants to buy you.
Exactly, and Harry Kane's a prime example. You know, and this is where you've got to look at it. It's clubs tying their players down to these long-term contracts. It's good and it's bad. It's good when they're at the peak of their powers and they're firing, and you want them here for the next 7-8 years. But if a player regresses massively, they're hard to get rid of if they're on big wages. So it's as simple and as straightforward as that. Look at how hard it was to get rid of Alexis Sanchez at Man United. Equally, when a player that, from the player's point of view, it's awful when you want to then move on because you've got 4 years, 5 years left on your deal, and your price tag is massive because the longer the contract is. I think you're going to start to see now with superstar players, the players at the higher end of the echelon, you're going to see them, in my opinion, start to. So what I'm looking for, you're going to see them start to more and more often sign a 4 or 5 year deal when they sign for a club and not renew. Or if they do renew, small, it might be like they might get to 2 years left and add a year on. But I still think they're going to keep their ability to move away really quick and easy because they're earning so much more money now than ever before. Their Instagram and social media posts make them hundreds of thousands of pounds a month. Their commerciality now is beyond anything that it used to be. So football, these top end players now are not as reliant in today's market as they used to be back in the day. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. We have a super chat from Jard Wilson here that says, as a Chelsea supporter, I'd be over the moon if Rice signs. He's a leader and could be a mainstay in our midfield for a decade plus. Tremendous player. I think it absolutely bob on with that as well. We've got the big boss man in the room with us now. Big boss man Neil's here.
Hi.
How you doing, mate?
All good, all good.
Does he dare to come on stream? That's the real question.
You're going to show your face. The magic man that's making this all happen. That's what we're saying. He's here, ladies and gentlemen. Say hi to Neil, everyone. He's not going to show his face on camera, but say hello in the comments section.
So, what's the news? Who's going where?
Declan Rice to Chelsea is the big news, but there has been something that's just come out about Man United, breaking news, that Man United had their first official offer rejected, 40 million euros plus 5. I think, as I've told everyone for a while, it's going to be 50 million euros, adding up to 8. I denounce this, I'd reject this news. This is not an first official offer in my opinion. This is one of the first preliminary offers that Man United make that was unofficial. There is no new news about Varane. And like I said to you all yesterday, the end is in sight, but the news staggers the release of this information to keep it current and in your mind. This happened days and days ago, but they're just releasing it to you now, as I predicted. The same as I said yesterday, you're going to start to see stories about doubling of salaries. I've been doing it. I'm in this game too long. I'm like the Matrix. I know exactly what's coming. It will be around 50 million plus 8 million euros in the end for the player. Just relax, Man United fans. Varane is red. So yeah, that's kind of the news. It's as simple as that. And I got that from a very reliable source. Very reliable source. I had it on my pizza today, so it's
I was about to
all
say
good.
it was Heinz. It was Heinz.
Yeah, cool. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I've been left a note here. I'm intrigued to see what it says. See you later on, Neil. Have a safe trip home, mate.
Enjoy the show. Bye, everyone.
Right.
Cheers. It's a man like Neil.
Wait, Neil is just going to be a voice on the football terrace. You would never see him. You would just hear his voice every now and then on streams and stuff.
Lurking in the background.
What does Terry is a what does Mazza mean?
Mazza?
Terry is a Mazza. I don't know what that means.
Mazza like madman.
Madman. Okay, cool. I never heard that expression before. I don't really know, but there we go. Any Grealish news? No. But someone says the best source, trust me, bro. But you will know where my sources come from, and like I stand by it. But the media does do that. And by the way, the media are bang on to do that. Let's say I know a whole story about a situation. You know, like when you get a scandal, right? If I don't know, if KJ's got a scandal about an MP, if KJ knows,
Matt Hancock round 2.
Say you've got video footage of an affair. You've got him breaking certain protocols. Say you've got like 5, 6, 7 damning pieces of evidence. You don't release it all in one go. You build up to it, bruv.
You build up to it and you do it and you give deals to multiple different outlets, bruv. You know what I mean? And you say, yo, listen, I've got tape number 1. Here you go to this. You know what? Screw it. The song. You can give me some money. You pay.
Exactly.
And then the tape number 2, the Daily Mail. You pagans give me some money. You know what I mean? And you keep stacking it along.
You do it a lot. It is what it is, and you'll notice like every day the Varane stuff goes quiet. I won't worry about it. It's not an official bid from Man United. Man United's only official bid is the one that's going to be accepted. And by the way, if that's good enough for every other team that has a bid rejected, it wasn't a bid. It was an informal inquiry via an intermediary. It's the same as Man United. No bids get rejected anymore.
Oh, yeah.
That's the rhetoric.
Well, I was about to say, like, here we go. I'm just waiting for the comments now. See, Varane doesn't want to join you. It's like, bruv, like, come on, man. Like,
it is what listen, as I've said, this is just normal. Artem here says a lot of Chelsea fans don't want Rice, but for me, if Tuchel has Rice as his top priority, he obviously sees something special in him. And this is another thing I've said to Chelsea.
Remember when Lampard wanted Rice? And it's like, oh, it's English bias. Oh, it's Lampard tax. Lampard don't know what he's doing. And now all of a sudden, Tuchel is the man that wants Rice. And now it's like, actually, Rice is a very, very good player. Very talented player.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying like you, my brother, you're saying that. But I know many Chelsea fans are on that wave of like, anything that Lampard liked, it was the worst thing ever. Now Tuchel's come in, if they like the same thing, it's amazing. It's like the best, it's the greatest. So listen, we're football fans, we all do this, but I'm on to you Chelsea fans. You Chelsea fans are the worst for it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's as simple and straightforward as that. We'll see what happens there. Like I said about the Varane price, around £42 million. Like, be careful here with what the outlets say. What's being reported this afternoon is 40 million euros plus 5. It will end up being £42 million base, rising up to somewhere in the region of about 50 million in overall add-on. That's, again, I was just told that by an agent at the weekend, on the Friday night, Saturday morning, one of the two. They're like, that's what it's going to end up being. After all is said and done, after all comes through, it'll be in and around that. Listen, it might end up being 1 million more, 1 million less, because, by the way, no one 100% knows. Not a journalist. Like, literally, there'll be 5 or 6 people in the world that know the exact price. By the way, often the players don't even know. Like, the players don't get involved in this. It's very much, it'll be in around those figures. So don't be surprised. Man United do not want to pay and will not pay over £50 million for him. Dean Jones has been telling you all that for weeks, but it will get sorted because we all know this already. The same outlets telling us that the bid's been rejected and Madrid wants 70 need to sell Raphael Varane to lower their wage bill. Everybody just relax. Relax yourselves. Be calm. Don't worry about things. It's all going to be okay. I don't believe a bid's gone in today. I believe the base is already done.
I reckon the Varane deal will get done before Jadon Sancho is officially announced.
Can you imagine? That's going to trigger some people, you know.
I could already see. I don't know what this issue is with the paperwork that apparently is happening with the Jadon Sancho deal, but guarantee the Varane deal gets agreed before we announce the Sancho deal.
Yeah, a few comments in here saying, would you rather Ndidi or Rice? Do you know what? I've always said Ndidi, and I stand by that. The one thing though, Rice is younger. A few people have pointed this out to me, and I'm looking at it, and it's starting to make me focus. Well, not even that, his injury record.
What, Ndidi's?
Yeah, I've got to look at it more. A lot of people say, he's got the injury problems here and there, but we'll see. If I was right now, I had a choice, they were both still in front of me, I had to pick one, I'd pick Ndidi myself. Terry, you'll have a good time. That's a bit weird. That's the weirdest comment everyone's got. Why are you putting that face with the water sprinkling out thing, bro? That's mad. Comment says, here we go. English media, Rice is a class player. No, he is shit, is what...
Okay, can we stop with this? Can we stop with this, please? If a player is good, a player is good, no matter if they're English, French, Jamaica, you know what I mean? Like, yes, I get it. Some English players get more media coverage than others. I understand. But that does not make them any less good than they actually are. No one's here saying Rice is a world beater. And I don't think the media's ever said that Rice is world class. You know what I mean? But because it's getting covered, because guess what? It's one of the only transfer news that we actually know about, because who is actually doing business, he's all of a sudden an overrated English player.
Yeah.
But yeah, if this was Ndidi, no one's saying that, the media talking about that overrated Nigerian player, man. You know what I mean? Like,
you would never say that.
No one's saying that. So like, relax.
It's just calm down. Like, Declan Rice is quality.
He's a good player, man. Like,
there's a comment here saying, do you think Chelsea are going to go for Hazard instead of Haaland? I'm going to be blunt here about Hazard.
What, Eden or Thorpe?
Eden. Eden.
So they're going for the worst Hazard. Is that what you're saying?
If I speak, I am in trouble. My view on it is very, very simple. Very, very simple indeed when I speak about this. Eden Hazard, no, I'm not going to speak about the player. An X is an X for a reason. You're not talking about an academy player that left and never played for you and then has come back. And
you buy them for £80 million.
Yeah, we're talking about someone who left, has barely kicked the ball in 2 seasons. By the way, Hazard's always going to have his touch. When he's 50, he's still going to do little things with the ball where you go, wow. I would stay away from Hazard.
You know I think it is? Hazard's 50-year-old body has loaded a bit quick, you know what I mean? Like, he's already at what it would be like when he's 50.
Do you know what's mad, bruv? Like, I go for runs now. I'm 30, obviously I'm not a professional athlete. I'm 35. I go for runs, I hurt things. I was in the swimming pool last night and I was doing whale impressions. I was going under the water and the kids were watching, because they'd been in the pool, they were now sitting out drying on the side, on the light.
I'm going to say, why are you doing whale impressions and then you've got kids in it?
And then I was pushing off from the bottom of the pool in the shallow end and coming out the water and then flopping like a whale. They were laughing. But on the last go I did it, and my knee buckled and I strained all the ligaments in my knee. You just get to an age sometime where the weight stays, like this weight from the last lockdown, shifting it has been hard. I've never struggled so much to shift weight in my life because I'm older. Hazard's getting older now. I would stay as far away from him as I can. David here, Matt, the proper David here says Lewandowski is poor journalism. I agree with that. Franklin here, the super chat, says you think there is You think there is no chance the Varane deal falls through? Are you 100% confident it goes through? 99% confident it goes through.
Right, you're 99% club.
Yeah, I am. It can fall through. Of course, it can fall through. Like I've said it before. Like for me, in my opinion, based on the journalists and the agents that I've spoken to privately, I believe the base deal is done. What have I said? People always point out, Terry, you said the fee was done. The base, yeah. I believe what they're working on, because I trust the people that I've spoken to, is the structure, the legalities, and how the payments are going to be made. That often takes a lot longer than agreeing to a fee. Because you could agree to, we'll pay 58 million euros, yeah, but this is how we're going to pay it to you. That's a different scenario. And for me, that's where I think it is, people. So I'm really relaxed. There's no rush to get this through right now. A lot of people said this week it could be done. Equally, even the people that disagree with me, that think it's further behind than I think it is, right? They've all said once the bidding starts, that's the beginning of the end of this saga. It's going to happen. So either way, the end result is the same. He's going to be a Manchester United player. I'm about to say don't bet any mortgage money on it, but it's going to happen. Do me a favour, people. Hit the like and share button, subscribe, and sign up to our brand new mailing list with Telegram, which is in the link in the description below. You'll get no spam. You'll only get notifications when we go live. No advertising in there at all, but you'll get direct notifications when the Football Terrace has a brand new show stream coming out. And we've got so much planned for you coming in the very near future. We have another super chat that's come through here. This is from Jard Wilson. He says, Rice would get more respect if he was called Declan Rice, Ricinho, I think he said there, instead of Declan Rice. I don't get how some don't rate him, but great for a year or so. Been great for a year or so.
Yeah, that's just football nowadays, you know what I mean? Like, if you've got the sexiest name, if you've got the swaggiest skills, if you've got the techiest touch, you know what I mean? Like, people will rate you more. Because apparently, goals and assists mask how bad you are. Like, remember this, like, if you score goals and get assists and that's all you do, you're a bad footballer. Like, apparently, that the word on the street is that's what it means.
But it's so easy to make that. Like, it's such an easy thing to do. Like, honestly, we should do it this year. We should pick one of the best football players around, but just focus on the things they do badly. And it's like, I don't care that his pass completion rate is 99%. I don't care that he scored all these goals and created all these assists. Look at this mistake and that mistake. These two things make him a liability, and they override the goals. This is the first generational football fan, not that who's fought like this, but has had the tools and the mechanisms to push these agendas. I'm no longer angry with it. I enjoy watching the stupidity and anger. It's brilliant. Honestly, bro, it's like, you ever watch like bum fights where two drunk bums fight? Yeah. That's what it's like for me. It's like bum fights.
People have gotten mad that players score goals and get assists. I'm just like, in what world does that even make sense? I remember like back in the day, like, because you still show the signs of, all he is flicks and tricks, is a show pony. And like, it's the skills that mask actually how bad you are. You know what I mean? If all you do is skills and you don't get like contributions and nothing like that, you're actually worse than you are. Yeah. Nowadays, it's if you actually get what you need to win a football game, which is goals and or assists, you are actually worse than the person who could only do his skills.
And one of the most techie players in the game at the moment, Jack Grealish, who for me was the poster boy for a lot of the eye test merchants in the Prem, because he wasn't getting a lot of goals and assists. He was like, "Oh, I just want to score goals and get assists." You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's what he said.
That was
from Birmingham. That's how you all sound. It's just Birmingham. Jack Grealish. You want to score goals? That's what he said.
He does not sound like that. I don't sound like that at all.
No, you don't. You've got more of a London accent. Yeah. You put on the street thing, innit, brother?
Nah. So I ain't one of these men that pull it on. You know
fake. You should hear him off camera when we were out for lunch earlier. He was like, "Oh, thank you so much. I'd love a new pizza, please." Like, he's posh, bruv. He's posh.
No, shut your mouth. You're
fucking Clarence sitting here next to me, posh boy.
I told you, these people will believe anything, fam. You know what I mean?
He ain't called KJ. He's called Clarence, right? He's posh. He's posh, honestly.
I'm telling you, listen.
Man was wearing chinos when he arrived. Tucked in, Tetrix shirt, bruv.
Listen, you know what I'm going to do one day, you know? I'm going to make up some random rumor about you from a random account and see how many people...
Hang on, what like, I don't let people that come on my shows go on other people's channels. I'm an ego... I actually got called an egotist, right? An egotistical maniac because I have a picture of myself on the header. Can you wait till you see this room decorated my face? That's what we have been painting on the walls.
Yeah, so actually, so the actual legends that we was talking about for this thing is actually just all different versions of Terry. Like, all different versions of Terry.
With hair.
Just, like, with his
six-pack.
Fat head just on the screen.
Massive, honestly, it's true. Tahir's here with the super chat. He says, Terry, I know this is 100% crazy, but Dortmund... I'm not waiting on Sancho in case Haaland goes through to Chelsea. Are you? No. Listen, that's a great one to put out.
Yeah.
The Sancho deal has been delayed because there's legality issues with the. No one knows exactly what they are.
Yeah.
I'm speculating here, but what you'll find a lot of these things will be. I'll give you an example of what it could be. Is it asking if you're a midget or not? Yeah, he's not a midget, I promise. He's not a midget. Like, not a small person. It's I've seen the legal issues before when in my old job, talking to people about things that have held deals up. I've seen things like a player had a watch sponsor and the club had a watch sponsor, but the conditions of the sponsorship he has with the watch conflicts. So for instance, when Man United's or whatever club's watch sponsors do a deal, it's none of your players can do X, Y, or Z. So you then have two companies in a legal dispute with Manchester United. That takes time to get resolved, and the concessions have to be made. And then when you get concessions made, I don't remember what the name of this is, and I used to do these, and I should, where you get like an amendment to a contract. It's got like a fancy name. I forgot what it is because I'm not a legal expert. But you then have to get these amendments made to contracts. These things can take 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, because do you remember when Goetze signed for Bayern Munich and he turned up to the signing of the contract in a Nike shirt?
Yeah.
And obviously Adidas were the sponsor of Bayern Munich. I think they fined him, you know. They fined Goetze for doing that.
Those things can happen. I'm actually looking for what the name on it is now. It's called it's got a that's that word there. How do you say that?
Addendum?
Addendum. That's the word. It's got a contract addendum. I couldn't read it.
That's you've asking two dyslexic people.
Yeah. It's a contract addendum. Is also known as an amending an agreement. So that's just one example of something that I've seen in the past that can happen. It could be basically Sancho's commitments to say a sponsor. Or even down to things like charities can sometimes conflict with things that Man United have. If Man United just let it happen without having it, you might find it gets legally reviewed and there isn't even an amendment. There's just a clause put in place that particular player is okay to do it. But these are all the types of things that slow deals down. But yeah, to hear, I appreciate the super chat, but no, I don't think that's it. Someone says it says an amendment. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
A lot of people still talking about the Varane bid being rejected. Don't worry about it. In my opinion, this is old news being pushed out now. The base fee is agreed. It's the structure. So maybe something has been rejected, but it's the structure is being worked on as of now. You'll probably see something from a Man United journalist in the next hour, 12 hours, whatever it may be, saying that no official bid has actually been made.
Simon Stone.
You're going to see this come out very, very soon. It is like clockwork. Relax. But I'm going to go and grab some of the artwork that we have that's going to be put up in here. I'm going to have to walk past the camera and go check that out and get that done. Do me a favour though, we're right here. We're in Studio 7, the brand new location for the football terrace. We're going to get, actually I think KJ's going to grab it now. We're going to get some of the artwork. Should we show the goat first of all?
Well, your goat.
My goat. We got my goat. This is going up on the wall in here. Look at this bad boy. Look at this bad boy. This is going up on the wall in here in the terrace. Look at this. Look at this. The goat, man. Going up in the terrace. We've got loads more to go up. A lot of them are downstairs still. We've got to bring them upstairs. We've got some small ones. We've got some big ones. Look at that. It's my Ronnie. My Ronnie, bruv. My Ronnie. Pride and centre of the terrace going to be here. We've also got this man. Now, if you can... Who is this man here? Who is this brother? Who is this dude? Look at this guy. One of the best ballers around. Look at that. Look at that man there. Look at that. So we've got all this artwork that's going to be going up in and around. We've got the one on the walls. We've got more to come as well. We have got a Lionel Messi. We've got pillows up on the wall right now as well. He's up there doing his thing. Let me move this out of the way. Let me just put Mr. Goat down to do his thing there out of the way.
What's up, the Messi fanboys getting upset in the comments there.
Messi is the best, but yeah, there we go. Johan Cruyff, absolutely right. So we've got lots of this artwork to go up, and it's going to look good, man. We've got nice memorabilia. There's actually quite a bit of NFL stuff up here as well at the minute, but that's because obviously Snack are heavily associated with them. But we are going to do a show. We're going to do a normal show, but we're going to have a nice feature in it, and it's going to be called Our Show, Your Studio, where you're going to get to pick the 6 GOATs or the 6 greatest players ever. Maybe in the modern day era we'll stick to it, so that we've all seen play, because we're going to be creating one of the best murals you've seen involving those players. And you'll get to vote number 1 to number 6, and based on the order of the voting, that is really going to dictate how the picture looks.
How the design is.
That's all I'm gonna let go in relation to that. And obviously, the level of streaming will go up in here. So this is just being done on the iPhone as of right now. We're gonna have proper cameras that have arrived. Actually, got all the one more as well. We've got all the radio mics. Like the levels are gonna go up. But we're just here today. We're doing planning for brand new Friday night show, the new type of match reaction show as well, which I think our members are gonna be involved with massively as well. We're gonna fan cams. It's going to be so good. I'm so looking forward to it. And you have all made this possible and bringing this to life. The likes of KJ and Anita and Neeks and Adam and everyone who's been involved. I can't name everybody have made it happen. But really and truly, like most of the praise has to go to me, really, because, well, it's true.
Like that, you can't build it up like that, bro. You can't build it up like that. You was literally about to like, oh yes, I'm just gonna thank you guys that you built it up. You built it up.
I want to thank myself. I want to thank me. I want to thank my hard work. I want to thank me for getting out of bed every morning. I want to thank. Nah, listen.
No, to be fair though, it is facts. It is facts. You have done those things. It's not like you haven't. So.
Nah, do you know what it is? It's a mad one, right? Like even now, like, we're doing so well. I still get so much junk from people, and it's like, oh Terry, like you got 200,000 subs, but like you've only got 1,200 people watching. It's so bad. It's like, yeah, bruv. And then when I stream again in a couple of hours, it'll be the same. Different news, different channels. Trust me, I know what I'm doing here. We're in such a good space, and in the next 12 months, same people, new people will be added to this, but same vibe, more fun, and trust me, the Friday night show.
It's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, it's gonna be shit. It's gonna be awful.
Nah.
It's gonna be awful. It's gonna be really, really awful. Now, honestly, some of the stuff we've got planned today that we kind of we're finalising and stuff. Honest to God, I just want to start now. It's gonna start 3 weeks on Friday. We're gonna start reaching out to some of your favourite YouTubers that come in. And again, lots of big YouTubers in the world. But we're gonna stay true to our core. So a lot of our current panel, a lot of the Midnight Vibes crew, some new individuals that have got involved recently, the likes of RDF Tactics, Gunner King, Tiago, the Liverpool fan, guys like that, plus a lot of the originals and new influx. You're going to see in the studio, we've got this brand new Friday night concept. We've got the new match reaction shows. We've also got in the pipeline, the way we're going to start previewing games in the early part of next season is going to be very, very important as well. It's been very hard though to get the studio ready because we've not been able to get a group of people together until Freedom Day arrives. So yeah, as I say, like we're very, very proud of what's coming. We're very happy with what we're doing. There's a comment here. This is from Lady like Maria Williams. Hey. It says, humble as ever, Terry. Congrats. Gonna be so good. And it is. And listen, like.
All right, Maria. He hasn't told me this, but I'm telling him to tell you this. You're one of the first people that we're welcomed into the studio because he owes you. He still owes you dinner, so you can do.
Absolutely. People are naming people they'd like to see on the show. Yeah, Rory Jennings. I'd love to get him in the studio. Curtis Shaw, 110%. I've known Curtis many years. Would love to get him involved in that as well. 110%. All right. Bruv, Maria Williams getting a bit of love there from McCartney, bruv. All right, bro.
I saw that. I was like, wait a second.
All right, chill out, my bro. Gunner King looks like Lacazette. He does a little bit, actually. He does a little bit. And of course, we've got a few surprises up our... Do you want to hear a funny story? Little Tom Little, the Scouser.
Yeah.
This guy, Like, you know, he put out on Twitter, I can share it because it's not private, because he put it on Twitter. He applied for a job as a writer, and he got really excited that he's made it through to the next stages. He's in a group chat. He's in a group chat with a football terrorist and Snack, with the people that are going to be interviewing him for the job, and he didn't connect the dots. And I'm like, you do realise Snack Media and Give Me Sport are the same company? Oh. So listen, I'm not saying it's going to help him, but it might just help him.
Oh, listen.
Nepotism.
I was going to say nepotism. When it's for you, you love it. You love to see it. When it's if it's against you, it's kind of peak still. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got to be careful though, Terry. You can't give out too many things to people. You know what I mean? Like, you have to spread it around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to make sure that everyone gets the fair opportunity, not just your friends and your people that you want.
If you're good enough, but more so if you're nice to me. No, listen, it's one of them ones. Like I said to a lot of people, if you like Give Me Sport, always looking for writers. If you want me to put a word in, I will. You still need to be good enough. Like if you write an article for them and it's arsed, they're gonna say no. I can't get you through the door. Like I get people that come onto the terrace and they're like, I'd love to feature, and I go, well, call in for a call. They call in. It's like, bro, I can't make you a feature on a show.
Yeah, literally, I've had people ask me, oh, how did you get on the terrace? How did you know? I was like, I just called in.
Yeah.
Like every normal person does.
I don't really do auditions like some channels because I want it to be organic. I want there to be a natural click. But yeah, if you want to get involved in the terrace, let us know. There's going to be lots of opportunities here next year. We've always been about it. Like a lot of people don't realise, when Mark Goldbridge first started, before he even had a channel, well, when he first started Soccerbox, when it wasn't called the United Stand, no subscribers, I used to share his videos on this platform to promote him. We've had so many people come through here that have gone on to do brilliant and bigger things than what we're doing, and we're always going to do that. Although a lot of people don't know this about me, that seeing other people succeed is something I love the most in this world.
Someone just asked, how's the pay?
How's the pay?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't divulge this, but what I did from the presenters of my shows, I'll be very open about. Doesn't mean everyone will get this still moving forward, but it was about equity in the show. So whatever the shows made, they got half the income of it. It was like, so if the show grew to be huge and was making loads of money, they're getting half of that. So that was it. That was the deal that was offered and people accepted it. So I'd be very, very open with people. That's the way those deals work. Very transparent, nothing to worry about. With hosts of the shows that they were doing. But you will start to see those shows come back. The reason that they've all gone onto a bit of hiatus is because we are rejigging, and the way we're going to be presenting and doing shows, the structure is very, very different. So I just made a business decision to cut back on the volume of shows, types of shows, and you'll see them re-expand again next year under kind of a new process, but same people involved.
But don't worry, people. Midnight Vibes will be still be going, still be sick. You know what I mean? We're not gonna let the man change us. You know what I'm saying? Like Vibes FC will be.
I don't even watch it, so I don't even. No, I'm joking.
Your family, he says this, but the man's in bed. It's like hee. Midnight Vibes.
I love it. Man, YUFC says, guys, quick question: if Chelsea sign Rice, is it possible that one of Kante or Jorginho is sold?
No,
I don't think so. This summer, that doesn't feel like it will happen this year.
They've got three main midfielders, which is those three: Kovacic, Kante, and Jorginho.
Yeah.
Adding a fourth one, I don't think will be too detrimental to that squad. I think they need to focus on getting rid of Ross Barkley, Drinkwater, Loftus-Cheek. I know people like love him off a bit too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got so many players that they need to get. Bakayoko's still there, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they got so many players.
They don't need to remove them. I think if they have the four next season of Rice, Kova, Jorginho, and Kante,
that's strong.
I think by the following summer, one of those three could leave. Especially if Billy Gilmore has a very successful loan at Norwich. So if he does well there, then you may find that. But they're just putting themselves into a strong position. Like, look, Declan Rice can come for 2 years and do well, but not tear things down and be sold on. And with the time inflation rising to football, you might not even lose that much money if we're being absolutely honest. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. Let's have a little look here at some more of these comments. Man like Costa Cow, or aka Aaron, aka Donny James, aka Kendall's bloke. He says Donny James to pay a studio visit next season. Donny James, you used to be a member. You're not anymore. So maybe on the panel one day, but we will be reserving studio guests to legends and superfans and friends thereof to begin with. So it's one of the perks of being that membership. So when it comes to being just in the green room or in the party area for the Friday night show, for the Friday night house party, that will go to legends and superfans first, and we, from there we'll grow out. When it comes to being on the fan panel, and that doesn't make any sense with me right now, but there's a fan panel for the match reaction shows. Again, legends and superfans will take precedent, and friends of them will, from that point, and we'll go from there. But absolutely, we want to get you in. But I want to be very, very transparent, because I think that's a very fair thing. And as I say, some people, a lot of people said to me in the past, can I give money to the terrace to help it? And I thought, yeah, cool. And I could just set up a cash app and do that. But what I wanted to do was set something up directly with YouTube. By the way, YouTube take 45% of anything you give to the terrace. Remember that. So maybe I should do it directly. Maybe that's something we've got to look at in the future. Yeah. But we wanted to give, people were super chatting for no reason in the start. People wanted to give money for no reason in the start. So our view was, let's create something that gives back to people that want to donate and keep the terrace going. So yeah, there we go.
If anything, Terry, just take a picture of Freya crying, say that England fans made her cry. And that's how you fund the studio.
Get someone to call my daughter a stupid blah, 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 blah on the internet. Yeah, there we go. Let's do a couple more comments on here. See if we've got any more super chats that are coming through before we leave. Terry, call-in shows. Yeah, today's not a call-in show, but call-in shows will always remain on the Football Terrace. Even our brand new match reaction show, which won't be for every match reaction. You'll see why when it comes out. Even that will still have a massive phone-in element. You, the viewers, are key. We are the only Football Terrace that every single day gives you the opportunity to phone in, have your say, tell us what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and we'll always continue to do that no matter what is going on. Terry, bring back the legend, Have Hope. Have Hope's in the group chat. I'm sure when the studio's up and running next year, Have Hope will be here.
Oh, I need to meet him.
At some point. We're not going to give you the location either, but on the 7th or 8th, I think it's the 7th of August, there is a Football Terrace meetup. All the presenters, all the hosts, everybody involved will be getting together. A few people here saying, get DT on. DT's due on the show, actually, because I do his voiceovers and he's meant to come on the show. I think I've done 6 voiceovers without him coming on. And that's more me. I don't chase him because I just don't. But yeah, he'll be coming back on the show again soon. Amar here, thank you for signing up and becoming a squad member of the Football Terrace. That means a great, great deal. What was the name of that Spurs fan?
Which one?
Alex. Yeah, Alex. Hopefully Alex comes in. You've got to remember as well, next year, a lot of fans are going to go back to games. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes in, who doesn't. Terry, you love ignoring me. I'm not ignoring you. I don't read all the comments. I thought DT was arrested again.
What?
No.
You see what I see when I tell you people believe what they want to believe? What? What's this? He's out there. He's out living out his best life, man.
Man said, so I donate a million to TFT. You're telling me YouTube takes 45%. Yes, if you're going to give £1 million, DM me and we'll do a deal. Yeah, you can send that to my bank account direct. Yeah, there's no point giving 450 grand to YouTube. Terry, big up and love the shows. Thank you, Lennox. I've never seen anyone named Lennox before, barring the boxer, so that's a nice thing to see. Bring on Ty. I'd love to get Ty on the show. I would. But we have our own Ties. We have Igal.
We have Alex.
We have Alex. We have Sonny. Yeah, Sonny's there. Who else do we have that's a bit like that?
Would you say Alfie when he was around?
Alfie, yeah, but Alfie, nah. Who else?
Oh, that brother, bro. I hope he's okay. I hope he's alive. Zayn, bro. Zayn. I hope, Zayn, where are you? I'm worried about you.
He kept it real for 4 weeks and then quit.
I haven't seen you.
I pray and hope he's safe and well. Like I always hope man's are safe and well, right? But he beyond disappeared. I ain't seen the guy.
Literally, he got the Infinity Stones and snapped himself. That's what he did. Because he just got, gone.
Disappeared. Lock off. Finished.
Oh, it's so peak, man.
Listen, Terry, how much would you sell the Football Terrace for? 4 million minimum. 4 mil. I'm just making that up top of my head. Adrian here says, if we can't get a top striker, I wouldn't mind us waiting until next year and moving into the first choice targets for other positions. DM, so a DM can play lone 6 with CBs. Yeah, and that makes sense as well. I think a lot of sensible people look at it from that way. But listen, everybody that's tuned into the Football Terrace today, a massive thank you to each and every single one. I forgot I had to turn the stream off from here. Each and every single one of you. I don't know what time I'm going to be home, but I will be streaming again later on tonight for you. I've got to get to Bond Street, then get my car, then drive home, do what it is I've got to do. Until next time, take care of yourself.